Have you ever sat down to work on something important, only to realize you've spent hours scrolling through social media or binge watching videos? You know you're capable of more, but for some reason, your brain just won't engage. It's like your intelligence is there, but you're not using it to its full potential. Sound familiar? It's easy to fall into a pattern of mental laziness where you rely on old habits, avoid challenging tasks, or just settle for doing the minimum. But here's the thing. When you don't actively use your mind, you're missing out on opportunities for personal growth, career success, and fulfillment. In today's video, we're talking about how to stop being lazy with your intelligence, why we often underutilize our brains, and how to break free from that cycle. This video will give you practical strategies to re-engage your intelligence, boost your productivity, and push past mental barriers. Understanding laziness with intelligence. So, what exactly do we mean by laziness with intelligence? Well, it's not about being physically lazy. This isn't about lounging on the couch all day or avoiding chores. We're talking about something a bit more subtle, not fully engaging your mind, not using your ability to think critically, solve problems, or pursue growth. And trust me, it's more common than you think. Psychologically speaking, this kind of laziness is often linked to something called cognitive laziness, a term from cognitive psychology. It refers to the tendency to avoid mental effort when we don't have to exert ourselves. When faced with a problem or task, our brain naturally wants to conserve energy. This is because thinking deeply and solving complex problems requires effort, which can feel uncomfortable, especially when there's an easy way out. This is where laziness kicks in. A well-known theory called cognitive load theory suggests that our brains have a limited capacity for processing information at any given time. So, when faced with mental challenges, the brain tries to minimize cognitive load by opting for simpler, less demanding options. While this may be helpful in some cases, like when we're on autopilot, driving, or walking, it can become a problem when we avoid using our full mental capacity, leading to missed opportunities for growth and learning. Let's think about a simple example. You have a report to write for work or school. Instead of diving into the research and putting effort into crafting a thoughtful piece, you might find yourself scrolling through social media, checking emails, or watching a few YouTube videos. Why we avoid using our full mental capacity. Basically, our brains love it when things are easy. When we can handle something without much effort, it feels good, it's comfortable. Think about it, when you scroll through Instagram or binge watch a TV series, it requires almost no mental effort. You don't need to solve problems, make tough decisions, or think critically. You just relax. But here's the catch, that feeling of ease can quickly turn into a trap. Sure, it feels good in the moment, but it doesn't help us grow or push our potential. We get comfortable, and that comfort can actually prevent us from reaching higher levels of productivity or understanding. Now let's learn about the techniques, about how to stop being lazy with your intelligence. 1. Embrace curiosity and lifelong learning. One of the best ways to stop being lazy with your intelligence is to embrace curiosity and commit to lifelong learning. It's easy to get stuck in a mental routine where we only focus on what's directly in front of us, work, school, or daily tasks. But when we limit ourselves into just one narrow area of knowledge, our brains can get a little stale. The key is to make learning a habit, and not just in areas you're already comfortable with. Explore things outside your usual interests. Read a book on a topic you know nothing about, watch documentaries on science, or try learning a new language. You don't have to be an expert overnight. It's about keeping your mind engaged. For example, if you're a writer, try learning some basic coding. If you're into fitness, dive into nutrition science. By mixing things up, you keep your brain sharp, your creativity flowing, and you might just discover something new that sparks your passion. 2. Break tasks into manageable chunks. Another reason that we avoid using our brains to their full potential is because tasks feel too overwhelming. When you look at a big project, or a big goal, it can seem like there's just too much to do. So much that you don't even know where to start. And that feeling, that mental overload, is a major reason for procrastination. But here's the thing. The key to tackling big tasks is to break them down into smaller, bite-sized pieces. Think about writing a 10-page paper. Instead of thinking about the entire 10 pages, focus on one section at a time. Maybe start with just the introduction or an outline. If you need to clean your house, don't think about cleaning the entire place in one go. Break it into smaller tasks, like vacuum the living room or clean the kitchen counters. When you focus on just one small step at a time, the task feels way less intimidating, and you'll actually get it done. 3. Limit distractions and focus deeply. Distractions are everywhere these days. Social media, phone notifications, the urge to check emails every 5 minutes. But here's the thing. If you want to stop being lazy with your intelligence, you've got to create space for deep, focused thinking. When your attention is constantly divided, it's impossible to use your brain to its full potential. Studies show that multitasking actually lowers productivity and weakens your ability to think critically. Instead of trying to juggle everything at once, focus on one thing at a time. For example, if you're working on a project, put your phone in another room or turn off notifications for a while. If you're reading, give yourself a solid 20 to 30 minutes of uninterrupted time to really dive into the material. Even a short session of deep focus can help you absorb more and think more creatively than trying to work through constant interruptions. 4. Develop a routine of daily mental challenges. Just like you work out your body to build physical strength, you need to work out your brain to keep it sharp. One of the best ways to stop being lazy with your intelligence is to integrate daily mental challenges into your routine. These don't need to be huge or intimidating. Small, consistent tasks that make your brain work a little harder every day can build mental stamina over time. For example, try doing a crossword puzzle in the morning, or spend 10 minutes reading a book on a topic you know little about. Even playing strategic games like chess, Sudoku, or brain training apps can keep your mind engaged. By making these mental exercises part of your day, you'll develop a habit of thinking critically and pushing yourself to engage more fully with the world around you. 5. Take action even when you don't feel like it. Sometimes the hardest part of using your intelligence is simply getting started. But here's the thing. Waiting for motivation to strike is a trap. More often than not, the best way to overcome inertia is to take action, even when you don't feel like it. Think about it. You've got a big project, but instead of diving in, you're procrastinating. The solution? Just take the first small step. Open your laptop, write a sentence, or make an outline. Once you start, momentum kicks in, and before you know it, you're making real progress. It's like going to the gym. You might not feel like it, but once you're there and moving, you don't want to stop. So when you don't feel motivated, do it anyway. Action fuels motivation, and the more you push through these moments, the easier it becomes. 6. Surround yourself with mentally stimulating environments. You've probably heard the saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." This applies not just to your social circle, but to your entire environment. Whether that's your workspace, the books on your shelf, or the media you consume. If you want to stop being lazy with your intelligence, one of the best things you can do is change your environment. For example, if you're trying to get into a growth mindset, surround yourself with people who challenge you intellectually. Join groups or communities that encourage deep thinking and creativity. If you spend all your time with people who avoid intellectual conversations, or settle for good enough, it's easy to fall into the same trap. Likewise, if you want to be more intellectually engaged, fill your environment with things that inspire learning, read thought-provoking books, listen to educational podcasts, or create a workspace that fosters focus. When you're in a mentally stimulating environment, your brain can't help but stay sharp and engaged. All right, in the end, we must say that it all comes down to one thing: consistency. If you make these small changes, In your daily routine, you'll gradually start to see a shift in how you engage with your brain, how you tackle problems, and how much more you can achieve. So, here's our challenge to you. Pick one of these strategies and implement it today. Maybe it's setting a goal, some to read for 10 minutes each day, or turning off your phone during work. Whatever it is, start small, but start now. And hey, if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. For more content on unlocking your full potential, drop a comment below and let me know which strategy you're going to try first. I'd love to hear how you're taking action. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.